Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boxing Unlimited here once again, and today we're going to talk about the fight between aftermath of the fight between Canelo Alvarez and William Scull. He's in the super heavyweight division. He's supposed to be in for the undisputed title of the super middleweight division. This fight is interesting. This fight is supposed to make Canelo a second undisputed champion in the super middleweight division. It was a big fight. His opponent, William Scull, was undefeated at the time from Cuba, and everybody knows the way the Cubans fight. They've got an academy, boxing academy, that is one of the best in the amateur session. We've seen so many of the fights of their fighters excel with a system and technicality that is wonderful and astonishing as well. But in this fight with Canelo, I believe William Scull came in to make up the numbers. He had no desire to win the fight, to be honest with you. And I'm surprised he's a world champion. He's surprised he has a good movement yet. Yeah, Canelo could not cut the ring off. So my blame is not only on William Scull, because styles make fights, and as we say, a punch can change the whole complexion of the fight. But in this case, yeah, Scull's movement was good, but no punches at all. From the movement. We've seen people who move. We saw the fight between Bivol and Betabiev. Bivol, who we know has got one of the best footwork in boxing, but he was still punching as he was moving, throwing combination as he was moving, stopping sometimes and throw punches to the body, to the head. Sometimes Bivol, even though he's a mover, we punch up to 10 punches at a time. We saw his fight with Canelo Alvarez as well, the way he defeated Canelo. He move, side by side, back, and then comes in with a bang and a bang and a bang and throws his combination fighters. But we didn't see that from Scull, who was supposed to be, he's a Cuban and he's supposed to be a master tactician from all Cubans. We've seen Lara fight Canelo in the days, We saw what Lara was able to do. A lot of people gave him that fight, even my humble self inclusive, But William Scull came in, as I said before, he came in to make up the numbers. He didn't want to fight. The movement he was making, he wasn't even punching through the movement. He was just running around, He probably have done that. A lot of people say that. He probably saw the power of Canelo, and then knew that he can't contend with it, and then took his bike and left. But to be honest with you, I have to be honest with you, Canelo is slowing down, and I believe this is the best time to fight him. I'm making this statement in regard with his fight with Terence Crawford, because if you look at the resume or the CV of Canelo, the two fights he's lost, those were the moving guns. Against Bivol and against Mayweather. Those guys, I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking. Those guys are the movement guys, so proper. And this fight, we saw it proper. Canelo is slowed down. His pressure is not that as unique as it used to be. His punches to the body, it doesn't come the way it comes, because Scull was there. He never put pressure unless towards the end of the fight. And to be honest with you, the operation he had in his hands and his wrist and hands, anyway, he had that operation, but it's on his hands. It's affected his punching power as well. Those swings he does, and especially when he's fighting a bigger opponent. We saw what he did to people who were taller than him. We saw how he treated them, how he fought them before. But now, he slowed down The intense pressure is no longer there. The venom in his punches is not as it used to be. I think this is the best time to fight Canelo. But William Scull didn't take advantage of that. He didn't capitalize. I didn't see him rock Canelo at any time. You know, before you can beat the champion and take his title away, you have to beat him convincingly and clearly. But William Scull did not do that. And he still thinks he was robbed. That is the funniest thing. I don't know how he got that into his head. He was all over the place, was not throwing punches, one punch at a time, no combination. Canelo was after him, and he was running like he was so scared to, you know, be in the ring with Canelo. There was too much, it was respect somehow. Maybe that is the word I should use. You know, it was so much respect for Canelo. You know, he never really hurt Canelo. He never really did anything in the fight, and he still thinks he's won the fight. I wonder where that is coming from, because from what I saw in the fight, he was all over the place. He was running away, you know. We saw people who, I've said it before, people who use movement in fighting, which is very important, and I love it. That is the best tactics, you know. The game is to hit and not to be hit back, you know. So if you're using movement, you have to punch at the same time. If you can't perform that formula, there is no need for you to be in the ring with, you know, fighting on that style, so to say. You know, Scull ran all day without punching at all, and he still thinks he won. He was robbed. Canelo, Scull didn't use angle as well. You know, when he came to that angle, he was afraid to throw punches. He was afraid all through. Was scared. You know, he didn't rock Canelo. At no point did he touch Canelo with any outstanding blow. So where is that coming from? That is the question I'm asking. You know, if he's going to beat Canelo, he have to beat Canelo. We saw what happened before beat him. Before beat him down, down, and down. We saw how Mayweather did that, even though the judges made it very close. We saw Mayweather rock him and make him miss and make him pay. That is the only way you beat Canelo. But the pressure coming from Canelo, you know, is not like before again. You know, Canelo has lost some speed. I have to be honest with you, and I have to be honest and clear with you. Canelo, however, did not attack the body as he should do, you know, so to slow down the legs. He did not work on that, you know, in the first stanza of the fight, the second stanza of the fight, except towards the end of the fight. But that seems to be from the mobility of Scull, who was neither here nor there. He was just all over the place, running up and down, not throwing punches, and thinking that one punch, you know, once in a while he throws a punch that lands on the gloves of Canelo, and he thinks he can win Canelo like that. Canelo is arguably the face of boxing at this period, and for you to defeat him, you have to beat him proper. You have to beat him on all angles of the fight. We saw Bivol do that, and we saw him win. We saw Mayweather do that, even though when Mayweather did that, he wasn't that popular, wasn't that big, or just up and coming fighter in 2013. You know, but having said that, I have to be honest with you. William Scull didn't come to fight. You know, he literally mastered and created the distance and space, but he couldn't use it. He didn't know how to use it. He didn't know how to stay on the pocket and jab, and move, and come and stay there and stay there and stay there. But he was on the run. So I believe that he felt the power of Canelo, and then found out that he couldn't deal with it, and then went on his bicycle and then took off. That is my take on this fight. And I believe the decision was right. Canelo won the fight and is a champion, undisputed champion the second time. You know, wishing luck in everything we do. And then we wish him luck again against his fight, upcoming fight against Terence Crawford in September. Let us see what will happen. My time is up here. I will take a bow. Do have a nice day. God bless. And please do remember to subscribe. Do have a nice day. Bye.